Children, in this video I will explain you KCL and KVL with the help of a question. The question is, two cells of EMF 1.2 volt and 2 volt are connected across the resistance of 10 ohm in such a way that they are sending the current in same direction. If the internal resistance of each cell is 0.5 ohm, find the potential difference across the 10 ohm resistance. Draw the relevant circuit diagram. Here the 10 ohm resistance is connected in such a way that both the cells are sending the current in same direction, and we have to draw the circuit diagram as well as we have to find out the potential drop across the 10 ohm resistance. So here is a circuit diagram. Two cells of 1.2 volt and 2 volt are connected with internal resistance 0.5 ohm each. Both are sending the current in same direction, and this 10 ohm resistance is the external resistance. The current supplied by the first cell is say I1. From the second cell it is I2. So the total current through the external resistance is I1 plus I2. For our convenience, we are marking the points as A, B, C, D, E and F, and we are taking the loop 1 and take loop 2. When we consider loop 1 by KVL, which is sigma E plus sigma IR equals to 0, that is summation of all the EMF and potential drop equals to 0. In loop 1, when we traverse A to B, B to C, C to D and D to A, we find the EMF source of 2 volt and EMF source of 1.2 volt. So when we traverse from A to B, there is no EMF, but when we traverse from B to C, the EMF is 2 volt and we are traveling from positive to negative terminal, hence the voltage is taken with minus sign. And from C to D there is no voltage source, but when we traverse from D to A, the voltage source is of 1.2 volt and we are traveling from negative to positive terminal, hence the voltage, the EMF is taken with plus sign. So it minus 2 plus 1.2 volt is the value of sigma E. Now we have to find the value of sigma IR, that is the potential drop across the various resistances connected across loop number 1. In loop number 1, between A and B point there is no resistance, so no potential drop. Between B and C, a resistance of 0.5 ohm is there and current is I2, so the drop is 0.5 into I2, and we are traveling from B to C, whereas current is flowing from C to B. So we are traversing in the opposite direction of current, so the drop is positive. So here it is written 0.5 I2. From C to B there is no potential drop, but from D to A, resistance is of 0.5 ohm and current is I1, so the drop is 0.5 into I1, and the direction of traversing is from D to A. Direction of current is also from D to A, so this drop is negative and it is written as minus 0.5 I1. So sigma E plus sigma IR equals to 0, and when we simplify it, minus 2 plus 1.2 is minus 0.8, it is shifted at RHS, and the equation becomes 0.5 I2 minus 0.5 I1 equals to 0.8. It is equation number 1. Now consider loop number 2. B, E, F and then C. This is the, and then from C to B, this is the loop number 2. So when we traverse from B to E, there is no EMF source. E to F, there is no EMF source. F to C, there is no EMF source. But when we traverse from C to B, there is a EMF source, and we are traversing from C to B, that is from negative to positive terminal. Hence the EMF is positive. So here 2 volt is written with plus sign. And for value of sigma IR, from B to E, no potential drop. But when we traverse from E to F, resistance is there of 10 ohm. So the potential drop will take place, and we are traversing in the direction of current. Hence the drop is negative. So we will write I1 plus I2 into 10 with minus sign. Minus 10 into I1 plus I2 is the potential drop across 10 ohm resistance. Then from F to C there is no drop, but when we traverse from C to B, again the potential drop takes place, and we are traversing from C to B. Current is also flowing from C to B, so the drop is of negative sign, and the value is I2 into 0.5 with minus sign. So the next drop is written as minus 0.5 I2 is equals to 0. It is equation number 2, or we can simplify it and we can make it equation number 2. On opening the bracket and on simplifying it, we get the second equation as 10 I1 plus 10.5 I2 is equals to 2 ampere. Now we have two equations and two unknowns. I1 and I2 are the two unknowns. So with the help of this equation 2, we can write we can substitute the value of I1 in equation number 1. So this 10 I1 can be written as this equation number 2 can be written as 10 I1 is equals to 2 minus 10.5 I2, or I1 equals to 2 minus 10.5 I2 divided by 10. Now we will put the value of I1 in equation number 1. This is equation number 1, 0.5 I2 minus 0.5 I1 equals to 0.8, and in the place of I1 we are putting its value, and we are opening the bracket. Says 0.5 into 2 is 1, and because of this negative sign it becomes minus 1, and this minus into minus, the second sign becomes plus. So 0.5 is multiplied with 10.5, it comes 5.25 I2 divided by 10. The whole equation is multiplied by 10, so this 0.5 becomes 5 I2, this 10 get cancelled, and 0.8 becomes 8 ampere. So this entire becomes in the form of I2. On simplifying, it comes 10.25 I2 equals to 9, that is I2 is equals to 36 by 41 ampere. So we get the value of I2. Value of I2 is coming 36 by 41 ampere. This value we keep in equation number 2. Equation number 2 is 10 I1 plus 10.5 I2 equals to 2. Here I2 is replaced with 36 by 41. And when we simplify it, the value of I1 comes with minus sign. Finally it comes minus 148 upon 205 ampere. This minus sign indicates that the direction which we have taken in the diagram is incorrect. In fact, the current is flowing in the opposite direction.